Hello there. Last week I looked at Adam Sandler's career and why I feel he needs to switch things up a bit. So today I'm looking at an actor who started off similar to Sandler but has now become very versatile. I'm talking about Jim Carrey. This man has done comedies, dramas, horror films, animated films, biopics, comic films, and fantasies. He can go down to earth and be over the top, and is actually able to pick good scripts to work from. However, like many comedians, Carrey started off in the stand-up circuit, where he made a name for himself with his rubbery expressions that could become almost anybody. He tried his hand at feature films, none of which made a blip, and tried television with the failed series The Duck Factory. Things slowly started to pick up after getting cast on Francis Ford Coppola's Peggy Sue Got Married and a couple of Clint Eastwood pictures. He also got a major role as an alien in Earth Girls Are Easy, which is probably one of the worst 80s comedies I've ever seen. But out of that part came his first big break. His co-star, Damon Wayans, was developing with his family a sketch show made primarily for African-American audiences, and Jim Carrey was offered a part on the series that would eventually become In Living Color. He mostly played the role of the token white male, but he was given a chance to be the lead in some sketches. His most well-known character to come out of the show was Fire Marshal Bill, a very accident-prone fireman. Utilizing Carrey's ability of physical comedy, these were some of the more popular sketches on In Living Color, but I never cared for his shtick here as he seemed to be going way too over the top, to the point of being almost annoying.
They just keep building them higher, don't they? Hey, neighbor! Is that a wood shingle roof you got there? Let me show you something!
That said, it caught the attention of enough Hollywood studios to land him some major parts. 3 to be exact in 1994, that would turn him from a television comic to being a major superstar with a $20 million paycheck and a huge fan base. His first release in 1994 was Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, playing the part of a man hired to find the mascot for the Miami Dolphins. Carrey made the character his own, bringing out his rubber expressions to the extreme, and while the humor didn't quite do it for me here, due to its thin plot and heavy reliance on toilet humor, you really see Carrey putting everything into this role.
Because when this pet detective gets the scent...
Where's Dan Marino?
Hi, I'm Dan Marino.
Marino, why?
Because he's about to join Snowflake.
He'll follow it anywhere.
Here's Snowflake.
Jim Carrey is...
Do not go in there!
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Okay, I'll be honest, that last joke was pretty funny. Ace Ventura was popular enough to even lead to a sequel, When Nature Calls, the only time Carrey would reprise a role for a sequel, and there was even an animated series, notable for being one of Seth MacFarlane's first writing jobs. There was also a recent direct-to-video sequel about Carrey, but I haven't seen it. Next, he starred in his first comic book film, The Mask, and here was a role tailor-made for Jim Carrey, despite the major changes from the source material. With Stanley Ipkiss, he got to showcase a more down-to-earth version of himself the first time, and he really does a great job of making Ipkiss a likable schlub of a character that you want to see save the day and get the girl. With The Mask on, Carrey was allowed to go wild and loony in ways not even Ace Ventura and In Living Color allowed him to. Aided by state-of-the-art special effects, he brought a Tex Avery-like manic energy to The Mask, but in the end, it's Stanley who we identify with, and is the role Carrey seems the most comfortable. I have my own problems with The Mask, mainly with how I feel it doesn't take enough advantage of the concept and could have delved deeper into the idea by having more people wear it. Nonetheless, it was the first example of a young comedian from Ontario to show his versatility as an actor.
It's like it brings your innermost desires to life. You become some sort of a love-crazy wild man.
I want him here tomorrow, alive.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya? Punks?
Jim Carrey is...
That's the guy! Hello!
The Mask.
Ooh, somebody stop me!
Like Ace Ventura, it got an animated series which, oddly enough, made Peggy the love interest instead of Tina, but Rob Paulsen as Stanley is one of the few actors to successfully get Carrey's style down perfectly. Chuck Russell was originally going to make a sequel with Jim Carrey, but instead, after 11 years, we got the Jamie Kennedy vehicle Son of the Mask. Trust me, it's really bad, don't watch it. His final release of 1994 was Dumb and Dumber, which took him back to the stupid comedy of Ace, but with even more crude jokes, including one very famous extended toilet joke. Maybe it was the intention, but he's rather annoying here, and the stupidity just isn't funny. He does have solid chemistry with Jeff Daniels, but there's still characters I did not enjoy watching.
Jim Carrey.
Hold that plane! Sir, you can't go in there! It's okay! I'm the limo driver!
Jeff Daniels.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, and yes, believe it or not, even this got an animated series probably one of the worst cut out of the 90s. There was also a Dumb and Dumber prequel, also without Carrie. The following summer, he played the Riddler in the blockbuster Batman Forever, and he is probably the most enjoyable part. He seems to be having fun in the part, and is actually the only actor to fit in Joel Schumacher's wild interpretation of Gotham City. Nonetheless, he was still able to get the calculated part of Edwin Nygma out as well as his slow descent into madness. Although when you have Tom Lee Jones acting completely nutball in the same scenes, even Jim Carrey comes off as subtle here. But it's a fun performance nonetheless.
I simply love what you've done with this place. Heavy metal meets house and garden. Ha ha ha! Beautiful. It's so dark and gothic and disgustingly decadent. Yet so bright and chipper and conservative.
He then made The Cable Guy, which brought forth Carrey's most annoying character to date, and a comedy that veers way too dark to the point of unpleasantness. It also doesn't help that not even Matthew Broderick is terribly likable, and overall it's just a dreary experience I don't want to relive again, with nary many laughs to be found.
Nobody named Chip Douglas works for the cable company.
Suspicious, isn't it? You're all being fooled by him. He's a lunatic and he's a felon.
Don't mess with me.
Come back here so that I may bring thee! I'm here for you. Don't do that. You're gonna get me killed.
Oh, Billy. Jim Carrey. Matthew Broderick. The Cable Guy.
However, Jim Carrey proved to be absolutely hilarious as a lawyer who's suddenly only able to tell the truth in Liar Liar. Using his many facial expressions to brilliant effect here, the screenplay is filled with one very funny moment after another is elevated by Carrey's witty performance. The relation with his son and his ex-wife is also touchingly done and doesn't quite follow that workaholic father cliche I hate so much, and even has some fun with it. Liar Liar is simply one of those comedies I oddly have a tendency to start watching whenever I pass it playing on television.
Like the new jazz?
Whatever takes the focus off your head.
The whole truth.
You know why I pulled you over?
They changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding!
And nothing but the truth.
It was me!
Your wish came true.
You mean you have to tell the truth?
How we doing this morning, Consul?
I'm a little upset about a bad sexual episode I had last night.
From Universal Pictures and Imagine Entertainment, and the director of The Nutty Professor, Jim Carrey. Liar, Liar.